What it do, snackers, snackettes, and snack X's? It's your boy Gage. I'm here with Sin
Yo,
and Choke
Yo, yo.
are now tuned in to Loading Snacks Weekly, where we get together once a week, talk about things that are happening in pop culture. And
Today,
today is Valentine's Day. So happy Valentine's Day to all of you out there. We love you. It's also Tattoo's Day.
look who's here.
Um, oh boy. What if we're completely ignoring that joint?
Mm.
That. What's up, Doctor Who?
what up, Doc?
Hmm. Happy Valentine's
Happy
Day,
B-Day, sis.
Candace. Sin.
Yo,
I just want to take a moment to acknowledge your freshness, sir.
No hat, so you know.
no, yeah. I'm like
baby?
an hour fresh, like
Oh, yeah.
freshly done.
Super fresh, like
Yeah.
probably still a little bit of hairs to brush off. Or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Got you. I just need to take a moment
No,
to
appreciate it.
acknowledge you're fresh.
Appreciate it. You know, I missed my last one, so last appointment, so I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good now.
So,
I feel better.
Mm-hmm.
I need to take a moment to acknowledge your significant other. What's up, Tatiana? Happy Valentine's Day. How was y'all's date to Hell's Kitchen? Tell us about the
I'm gonna say your
food.
date to hell.
Hey.
I'm gonna say that.
hey, it went very well. You know,
Yeah.
we watched the show. I said, I know you watch probably just as much of it. You know, we watch the show.
Mhm.
You know, we see the bad things, but then we see how they always say, "Oh, this is amazing. This thing tastes good." But you know, we're like, "Well, I can't really taste it, so I don't know." So
Right.
I went in and got the typical things from the show that he always talks about. So the pan-seared scallops, the beef Wellington. Tatiana had the salmon, and it was all fire.
Okay.
It was
Worth
all
every
fire.
penny.
It was worth it. I had a drink called what was the drink called, Boo? Notes from Gordon. It was a mix of gin, a couple other things, but the selling point of it was it had a note on there of one of Gordon Ramsay's like famous sayings from the show that he's done over the years. So ironically, I got the beef Wellington. This one was talking about raw beef. Pretty much was like
It's raw.
was like the beef was so raw that it started eating the salad, like something that only Gordon Ramsay would say. I don't
I
know.
don't like it. I
But,
definitely don't like it out of context.
the food was delicious, and then the dessert, I had the toffee, sticky toffee cake. Thank you. Like, she knows better than I do. When I tell you this was one of the best desserts that I've ever had, like
Yeah.
it wasn't nothing, but it wasn't nothing crazy. Like it had like a vanilla, like almost like a pancake type taste to it with vanilla ice cream on it with
Mhm.
toffee. Like it
Mhm.
was it was amazing. The
Simple but good.
simple but good. The beef Wellington. Now I did go in because typically I'm not the type to get like medium rare and things like that with beef and things like that. So I was like, okay, this is going to be the first experiment into that, and I was
Yeah.
not disappointed.
Okay.
Huh. I
Okay.
might be disappointed that you weren't disappointed. I'm just gonna say,
Hey,
but that's cool.
I wasn't sure how I was going to go, but
Yeah.
it was prepared well. Service was top notch. Those
Better
from
be.
Yeah.
going in that front
Yeah, he
door
don't play about that.
to
Yeah.
the hey, listen, normally you got the menus on the table, they'll bring them over, sit them there so you can start. My man, opened it up, starts giving it to you, gives it Tatiana, just starts going through everything, and like he knows it backwards and forwards, which I really like. So he's
Mhm.
telling the recommended things, what you should go
Mhm.
with, all the additional add-ons. Like he was selling me, but I was like, hey, listen. uh, I would love some of these add-ons. Some of the damn add-ons are just like the whole damn meal itself. So Let's hold on there a little bit, good sir.
Yeah.
Let's keep this basic. This is our first time.
Come in here and break me on Valentine's Day. I got other stuff to spend
But
money on.
overall, great experience. Of course, it's in the wharf. It's in a great location. It sits right on the waterfront. So honestly, doesn't matter where you sit for the most part in the restaurant. You're pretty much getting a nice view of the water with all of the yachts and everything parked
That's cool.
in the water.
That's cool. I'm glad y'all had a good time.
I dig it, bro. That's
I'm glad
what's
you
up,
actually enjoyed
man.
the food.
Yeah. That's the most important thing was that
Yeah.
you enjoyed the food and you felt like it was worth every penny. So I'm glad you got the experience and you could come here and share it with everyone.
Only thing that was missing was Gordon Ramsay yelling in the kitchen.
Yelling from the kitchen.
That was the only part that was missing.
I'm sure you could live without.
I'm sure I could, but it would have been fun. It would have been fun though.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure he has yelled in that joint at some point.
Oh, yeah. Oh, facts.
You know what I mean? That's what he does.
All
right, so look, we have a lot to cover. We have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to watch. Obviously, Super Bowl weekend was this weekend, which means trailers and commercials and all that. That's right, Perk. Beef Wellington is a different tax bracket, but it's in jokes tax bracket. You know what I mean? That's right.
Hey,
I'm gonna actually allow some hashtag, you know what I mean, justice for jokes joints today. You know what I mean? I'm gonna allow some of that today. Yeah, we have a few things we have to discuss. Lots of trailers because again, Super Bowl.
Right. The big game.
Huh?
The big game.
Yeah, I don't care. Whatever. So what do we watch first? I'm gonna let y'all pick.
Sin, have you watched the trailer?
I have not watched any trailer from the Super Bowl. Because just like usual, I know we're gonna show them and probably talk about them on the weekly. So I'd rather wait until after weekly than I watch anything that we haven't, watched all together. So I've not watched anything.
I say we share what would probably be Sin's favorite out of the batch first.
Y'all just gonna come out the gate swinging. That's how y'all feel.
I'll tell you right now.
Who says I'm coming out swinging?
I think you're lying. But all right, let's go. Let's do it. What we doing? Fast X?
We're doing Fast X. I'll pull
all right, let's do it
quick.
Oh boy.
I know that this road has been very hard. And yet here you are, building this magnificent family.
What's going on in that head of yours?
Something little B said it. He said, Dad, you're not afraid of anything. But I am. I'm afraid of losing someone I love.
Yep, someone's dying.
Dominic Toretto.
I told you that.
You're about to learn all about fear. Boom! You built such a beautiful life, filled with love and family. I never got that chance. You stole that from me.
Woo! Part
My
5.
future. My family. And now, I'm gonna break yours. Piece by piece.
He's coming for you with everything.
What's the plan, Dom?
I'm not sure anymore.
One of us might not come back from this. But we have to fight.
Let's go.
Never accept death when suffering is owed.
Armed and dangerous. Ain't too many get bang with us. Label us notorious.
It's a setup.
He's trying to tear us apart.
Our situation is type 1. What you gonna do? Why go run?
Winning used to be about winning. We raced for respect. Today, I raced to stop the bloodbath.
That's the problem with having such a big family. How do you choose the ones you save.
Let's race. Ain't too many can bang with us. Label us, no us, no us.
There you go.
You still know how to drive?
Let's go hard.
What do you think?
It's showtime. Here we go.
Game recognizes game.
I'm coming for you, son.
Here they come.
You will never be able to break my family.
Ain't gonna work on Dom.
That's problem.
Good morning, sunshine.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, making where my tickets at right now? I ain't playing with y'all, man. I gotta
Hey,
see
listen,
that shit ASAP.
Sin, I'm telling you right now. Normally, this is Gage's thing. I got problems. Like normally, I'm not the one that does this. I have problems. Hey, don't get me wrong. I know I'm gonna enjoy this. I'm gonna enjoy the hell out of this, Joe. I got some problems. My man has no business pulling two helicopters out of the air with it. What is he at? What is it? A Challenger that he's driving now? I think
that's the Challenger. That's the Challenger from part 1.
Whatever. And the fact that the majority.
You have a problem with that after seeing all the wild shit they've done for the last 5 of these movies?
Listen, some of the wild shit I can let go, but how does your car pull the two helicopters out of the damn sky?
You have a problem with this, but you don't have a problem with him going through the jungle in a Charger, hooking it to a wooden bridge, and swinging across to the other side? But that is unbelievable. Come on now. Jumping skyscrapers, jumping 3 skyscrapers, but that you have a problem with.
You're right. Apparently, I don't understand the Power family. I don't understand Power.
That joint gonna be fire.
If that's all you need, then the Avengers just need the Power family to.
You know what this franchise is at this point. It's them doing the most wildest stuff with badass cars. That's what it is, and we love it for that.
You can have it. I know I'm gonna enjoy the hell out of it, but whatever.
We know what it is. Let's go and enjoy it and have a blast. I can't wait. Movie of the year. Let's go.
Okay, yes, sir. I need you to. You're about it at 11. I need you to bring that jump to like a 6.
No. There's nothing better we're gonna see tonight than that right there, as far as I'm concerned. I'm good.
That's why I'm good. Get out of the way first.
Yeah, I'm about to go watch Fast now, just to get hype and get ready for it. It all ties back to Fast 5 with him. Okay, and I like the way Jason is looking as a villain in this joint. I'm digging it. You don't have to say nothing, Gage. I know. Yeah, you don't have to say nothing.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna ruin it for everybody. So I'm trying to, I'm chill. I'm gonna sit
chill with it. Cool.
Hey, dog, look, I was upset the first time I saw it. I'm more upset the second time. Let's move on. Can we move on?
We can move on.
Listen,
sure.
Anybody in the chat got anything they want to say? Good. So, you know what? Ty was early. Let's look at this Flash trailer.
Okay.
Let's reward Ty for good behavior. You know what I mean?
Tell me something. You can go anywhere. Another timeline. Another universe. So why do you want to stay and fight to save this one? Because this is the world where my mom lives. I'm not going to lose her again.
Time has a pattern.
that it can't help reliving. Different people, different worlds, drawn to each other like magnets. My face. You stole my face.
If you were to go into the past, you have no idea what the consequences can be.
Bruce, I could fix things.
You could also destroy everything.
This can't be happening. I completely broke the universe. Zod.
We've been waiting for you.
I created a world with no metahumans. And now there's no one to defend us.
Want some help?
Dog, with the Tim Burton in the background.
You are.
With the old suit, you can't move your neck in.
I'm Batman.
Hey, listen. CG about to make it even more of a badass.
If I can't undo what I did, if I can't get back, there might not be a future. What's the play? Batman, what do we do?
We try not to die.
It's not Clark.
My name is Kara.
I'm Barry. We're Barry. Barry, what are you doing? Our kids are gonna want to see this.
Joke.
I actually enjoyed the trailer. Obviously we knew like Flashpoint is the way that it's gonna go. Clearly we don't know. Like, obviously it's not going to be the exact which I like the fact that like they're using certain aspects of Flashpoint but doing it a little bit differently. So it looks like Superman isn't actually a thing. It looks like we'll get Supergirl kind of in that place.
Correct.
Keaton Batman, all for it. They're gonna probably CG the hell out of him, but he gonna kick everybody ass in this movie, and I am all for it. But I'm okay with the trailer. Like, I like what I saw. I would hate that this ends up being the best of what the universe had to offer. And of course now it's just gone. Like, that would just be the funny thing to come about of this movie, but I'm okay with the trailer.
Sam?
Overall, the trailer was fine. I think it's the fact that
what's up, Larry? Happy Valentine's
what up,
Day.
Larry? I think it's the fact that we know like everything's coming to an end and this isn't gonna matter in the future, whatever. Like all that stuff kind of takes away from it. Like seeing Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne in it and stuff like that. You know, like that's no longer like going to be a thing going forward. Like if the trailer would hit harder for me if they didn't mess up everything before. You know what I mean? And all right, we're not going to shelve this, even though with everything going on with Ezra and all that kind of stuff. We're going to put this out there, you know, saying try to make some money off of it. We're going to use it to close everything out and start anew. Like, it's a little hurting point for it, but I'm definitely going to see it in theater because I do want to see how they're going to close out, you know, all the stuff behind them and, you know, get ready to move forward. But I'm looking forward to see, you know, the interpretation of Supergirl that they're going to, you know, put out there and how they switch up Flashpoint to make it different from the comics and even different from the CW show. So I'm looking forward to that, at least.
Yeah, I mean, look, they obviously, when you look at the logo, they tried to make it look like the CW, which I don't think is a mistake. I think the CW Flash is going to show up in this movie. That's one.
I need it.
I'm almost positive.
Two.
They have removed Iyabod Thorne from Flashpoint that we can tell.
Yeah,
right? And it looks like it's the two Barrys.
Yeah.
Here's what this does for me. I'm kind of on the opposite side of where you are, Sin. I actually think I'm more excited about this.
I guess we went out a little bit.
Did we get booted or something? Maybe we got blocked or something for showing that trailer or something.
Yeah, probably did. The trailer probably put us in limbo for a little while.
Yeah, that trailer might have.
Yeah.
Only reason Anthony wants to see is because of Michael Keaton. I mean,
and I'm not.
I get it,
mad at that.
and that's probably how a lot of people feel. You know what I mean? They just want to see, arguably the greatest Batman, live action Batman that we've had back.
Yeah, okay, 3 minutes.
See,
yeah, it was the trailer.
Yep, the trailer was about 3 minutes. I think that's what it was.
Wayne Tech. That's what it was.
Suspended violation. God. Daggone Tech, bruh. That happens. We are violators.
Mount up.
Right. Here's where I'm at. Yeah. Okay.
I think because you on Twitch. I think
that's why. Yeah.
Twitch is cool with it. YouTube and then
it's YouTube and Facebook and stuff like that. Probably.
Here's where I'm at, Sin. I'm a little bit opposite of where you are. I actually think I'm more excited about this film because I know it's bringing it to an end. Because all of the terrible garbage that has been the DCEU is going to be over with this. It's supposed to be over with this. Like, again, we don't know technically what the future holds, right? We don't know if the new stuff they do is going to be good or not. But we've talked about the Flash having the wrong color lightning the whole time. And now we have a Barry that has the correct color lightning.
Be right back. Keep going. Gotta get my inhaler.
Okay. Please do that. So, I'm good about Kara being there. I like that over Superman because I don't want Slim anyway. I like her better. I'm good at Michael Keaton being there. I don't care about Ben Affleck as Batman at all. I don't think that Ben Affleck has been any better at being a Batman than Clooney or like any of them that wasn't Keaton, other than in the Nolan films, which again, even those y'all already know, like those movies are suspect to me. So I could take or leave Affleck as Batman. So that doesn't really matter to me. Ezra Miller, still on the fence with Slim and how Slim is acting and how that makes me feel about going to see this movie or not. But, in terms of the trailer, I think the trailer is clean. I think it sets it up pretty much perfectly. If you know what Flashpoint is, you're good.
Really?
Basura, indeed.
Really?
That's the truth. And if you don't know what Flashpoint is, I don't think this meant anything to you.
Not at all.
Other than Ty.
We're exciting.
What Flashpoint is, meaning you haven't been watching the Flash show, you don't read comics at all.
Animated movie when they
yes.
Way better. Then this doesn't do anything for you except for the fact that Keaton's in it and they play the old theme.
Agreed.
That's it.
I agree with that. It doesn't sell the Flashpoint-ness of it per se. Yeah, it doesn't sell that part, even though we know that's what's happening.
Yeah.
I love Grant Gustin. Like I think he did an amazing job at taking the seasons and running with it. Like no pun intended.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, whatever. But I hope like with the season on the CW or the series coming to an end, it would be nice to see that whether it's just him showing up to have that conversation again, how they did in the show.
I was about to say, I agree with him showing up because of that scene. Yeah.
I think that here's the thing. There's a part of me that feels like no matter what you think of this movie, it won't be solidified one way or the other until you get to the after credits. I think the after credits is what's going to make or break this movie. Like in terms of what it really means going forward. Because if it could be that it completely wipes everything. Keaton verse, you know what I mean? All of that. Dark Flash is the villain. I hope he lives up to the CW version. See, I don't
know. See,
Dark
when
Flash,
they did the Savitar, so they did it as Savitar in the show.
I mess with Savitar hard, yeah.
Which I thoroughly love that, and I don't know. Obviously, I think we're seeing Good Barry and probably Evil Barry. I guess probably this is them together. Maybe I don't know.
Or at some point, one of them becomes evil during this or something,
right? And maybe that's how they Eobard Thawne it. Maybe he's gonna potentially be that Eobard Thawne type of character, but who knows? This Barry could actually be Eobard in Barry Allen's body. Listen, this is how he rolls. This is how he rolls.
Yeah.
Listen, you don't know me now. I stole your body in the future, and I came back to screw your life up.
Yeah.
That's on par. That's on par with Thawne.
Yeah. And if that happens, I'm good.
I mean, I guess really part of it for me is whether or not the Flash ends up being important in the future of the DCEU, right? Or whether it's just like wipes it and it's like that's it. Now we're going on to the other stuff. You know what I mean? So it remains to be seen.
Yeah,
the trailer is cool. I want to see it because I love Flashpoint. Flashpoint Paradox.
Flashpoint is one of the best things to come.
It's just that the problem with Flashpoint Paradox is that it has been redone so many times that Flashpoint doesn't mean anything anymore.
Right.
It's just like this is what we do. We go back in time, we mess it up, and we fix it. And then we go back in time, we mess it up, and we fix it. And then we go back in time, we mess it up, and we fix it. And it's kind of like
at some point, it's got to break. If it's gonna break, it's got to break and just stay broken
and stay right, or fix it and be fixed. So I'll honestly be good if this is it. But I do think that this for me is like, okay, this is technically our jumping off point. This is where we can start kind of trying to pinpoint where the reality of what the DCU is going to be going forward.
I know they're not the same character, but that's essentially what CW kind of well, you know what? I didn't finish last season yet. So
same here. So but
either way, I'm gonna watch it. It's still gonna be cool to see because I'm cool with the CW stuff, even though it's just a repeat. But whatever.
Hey, look, I'm good. I'm with it. Like I mean, I like the trailer. I really do. You know what I mean? I'm sold on a lot of the parts of it. So
we'll be there opening
weekend. We'll have to see how it turns out.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, jokes.
Yes, sir.
Let's do this Guardians 3 trailer.
Gotcha.
Ooh.
Maybe we're gonna get blocked for 3 minutes.
Did that pique your fancy there, Sin?
It did. This is one of the ones I want to see. You know I mess with Guardians, so
I'm gonna tell you something.
Let me tell you something.
I formed the Guardians. Met a girl, fell in love. That girl died, but then she came back. Came back a total dick.
Oh, please. You left out some important information, but that is the gist of it.
Yeah.
My
secret mission
is to create the perfect society.
He didn't want to make things perfect.
That high evolution
He just
there,
hated
bro.
things the way they are.
Among them.
I want you all to know that I'm grateful to fight beside my friends.
Incinerate them.
We were always searching for a family until we found each other.
Are you ready for one last ride?
We'll all fly away together.
into the forever and beautiful sky.
Whoever it was that you were in love with, it sounds more like her.
Her? That's ridiculous.
Do not bring me into this.
Knock it off!
What?
Never noticed how black your eyes were.
They were replaced by my father as a method of torture.
He picked a pretty set.
Picked a pretty set.
Hey, dog.
Yep, 5-5. I'll be there.
5-4. Get it day before.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I'll be going Friday after I get off work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, look, man, I'm with it, but we asked some questions. I think everybody thinks Rocket's gonna die, but at the end of the trailer, they're carrying Peter.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know, dog.
I would say maybe this is a fake me out type of thing, but I don't know after them being called out for doing the stuff now, if that's going to be a thing. But I either way, I feel like somebody is not making it out of this movie. Like I like the fact that this trailer, like the way they were really truly making it seem like really this is the end of at least this iteration of Guardians of the Galaxy. This really seems like it has a bow on it, unlike other MCUs movies that have gotten the third movie at the latest. This one really seems like one that's really closing the book versus just like closing the chapter on something. And granted, the Guardians of the Galaxy always changed up, teams are different or whatever, but at least for this squad that we've been familiar with for the last few years, this definitely seems like the closing of a book that's happening with this one.
You know what's crazy is that it's hard to say what this really means for Phase 5 and 6 when we're just now getting Adam Warlock. The fact that Adam Warlock was introduced before Thanos and was supposed to have a gem and now has nothing to do with any of that almost makes me wonder whether any of this takes place in the past. Just it's just because they could, because they could, right? Like I don't know what Adam Warlock's place is in the MCU going forward
at this point.
What it really would or should mean to the Guardians. We seem to clearly not be doing Nova, and I mean, yeah, they could kill somebody, but they killed Groot once already. They killed somebody once already.
Ain't nobody coming after Buff Groot. Ain't nobody coming after that.
Nah, they not gonna bother him, but I'm just saying, if the whole group was built like Buff Groot, might have survived that fall. That's real.
Yeah, Batista did say that this was his last go at Drax.
So James Gunn is over at DC now, so his little trilogy here with this is now, I'm pretty sure he's put the best bow as he could on it.
It wouldn't surprise me to see Batista show up in some DC thing and Peacemaker John Cena, Batista square up.
Speaking of which, before we go on to the next trailer, because there's more trailer. I need to talk a little bit about Phase 5. Kevin Feige did an interview with Entertainment Weekly like yesterday. And while he talked about a lot of stuff, how big of a deal Kamala Khan is in the Marvels, which is coming in like June, which like if Guardians is in May and Marvels is in June, bruh, back to back, bruh. But here's what I think is the most important and interesting thing that he said. I'm gonna scroll. I was gonna post it on the screen, but it was like the lettering was too tiny. It didn't make sense. So I encourage anybody to go and read if you just search Kevin Feige Entertainment Weekly, you can see the interview itself. Towards the end of the interview, they were asking him about some of the things that are changing, things going into Phase 5, some of the stuff that was coming, right? So I'm going to read this section to you. So Entertainment Weekly asks, You've also got 2024's Captain America: New World Order with Anthony Mackie, and Harrison Ford is joining the fold as Thaddeus Ross. What can you tell us about his take on the character? Feige says, we start filming relatively soon. I'm sure anyone you've ever talked with about Harrison Ford says this, but it's unbelievable that we get to meet and talk with him and that he's embracing this role. He's tireless with the amount of work that he does. This is certainly a big part for Thaddeus Ross. He's the president of the United States in the film. I'm going to stop right there. All right, now, dog, listen.
Okay.
Now, listen to me.
Okay. Thunderbolts just got a lot more interesting.
Thunderbolts just got a
lot more interesting. Yeah.
Because if Secretary of State Thaddeus Ross is now the president of the United States, and we were questioning how Val seemed to make this jump from the Captain America show, from the Winter Soldier show, to her position in the last movie where she's just like, oh, nah, I'm CIA in Wakanda forever. Hey, dog, if Thaddeus the Red Hulk Ross is the president of the United States,
dog.
And we're going to commission a team, we're putting a team together. It's making a lot more sense now. The question is, how long has Slim been the president?
Did
he take? Listen, did he take over as president because of the snap? Think about what happened.
Everybody disappeared.
Think about what happened with Doctor Strange. Straight up, they were like, remember in Spider-Man, he was like, I thought you were the Sorcerer Supreme. And he was like,
nah.
Wang, you know what I'm saying? Wong got it on a technicality because I was dusted for 5 years.
It might be something like that. It might be something like that.
String of succession normally they would have for like the president to the vice president, depending on if something happened. That chain probably got super broke.
Look, Feige is working on an Oda level with this one. Like,
hey, Slim.
Like everything that B says, like why we enjoy the MCU, like we'll plant a crumb here that you don't understand. Like,
listen,
we'll carry that back in the next phase, and now you realize why that character was in that movie, why it was so important. That's why I say I give him Oda level credit because that's Oda's bag. All
hey, listen, let this dude Harrison Ford be making a presidential statement, and like as a statement turns into the Red Hulk, like on camera in front of everybody. Like, we ain't nothing to mess with over here.
I mean, bruh. It could get real
fast.
Yeah, because he could easily have been. Listen, hey dog, this is the stuff that's right. They start in phase 7. This is the stuff that get me like, ooh, what are they doing? Because in the Falcon and Winter Soldier, right, when Agent 13 flipped game and was like, nah, she's the one who's behind the scenes doing all of this. We trying to get the super soldier serum and we trying to say, how you know he's not the one that was trying to get it anyway? Right? Because he wants it. He wants it more than anybody has ever wanted it. Like that's been his whole thing the whole time. Slim. And the fact that he wanted to control the Avengers.
Yep.
Didn't really get to make that happen.
So now he's building his own team.
And yeah, and we know that he was now again. I'm almost positive that if you watch Endgame, when he shows up and he's talking to Rhodey, and then Cap shows up with Black Widow and them, they show up and he acts like he wants to. I'm almost positive he called him Secretary Ross.
Pretty sure.
That sounds right.
Which means, but that was still pre-snap. That wasn't Endgame. That was Infinity War. That was Infinity War. That was pre-snap. So he certainly could have ended up as the president. And even when Slim snapped back, it could have just been like, well, nah, dog, you out. Like, think about what has to happen to the government.
Things have changed.
Under circumstances like that. Like,
this ain't the same world that you remember.
When he said that, I almost stopped reading the whole article. I mean, I read the rest of the article, but like, I almost stopped. But literally, he says after that, and with Harrison, you think about Air Force One, and you think about some of his confrontations.
Oh, I was about to
president and clear and present danger.
No.
He says there's a dynamic between President Ross and Sam Wilson. They have a history together, but in this film, we'll be seeing the dynamic between Captain America and the President of the United States in a way that's just incredible. All right, dog.
All right.
Now that you say that, I was thinking, you know what? He was secretary even before Infinity War, because I think the conversation you're thinking about,
he was in Civil War.
Yeah, that was Civil
War.
War.
He showed up. He was Secretary of State. What I'm saying is that when he shows up again virtually in the house and he's talking to Rhodey,
it's still the same.
He's still secretary at that point, but that is also pre-snap.
Mm-hmm.
So after snap,
president got dusted, the vice president got dusted. I think with succession, the secretary would be the third or the fourth person to take over, if I'm not mistaken.
Something like that, yeah. But it's a line that they go through, and probably he was the one that was up next from the snap, so he's here now.
You know what I mean? Anyway, dog, that just made Val that much more interesting and made the Thunderbolts way more interesting.
Yes.
And I'm interested in, listen, I'm going to keep it a buck. Captain America New World Order, I wasn't sold.
This just put the pieces together.
Hey, look. What is it we say, Gage? In Feige we trust.
Even though he followed that up saying how important the Fantastic Four is going to be going for, whatever, and I'm just like, you better say something very Thaddeus Ross is the president, like
going into that joint,
make me, yeah. But that's what he said. So I'm all in. Just a quick note before we get into another trailer. Idris Elba specifically said he's out playing Bond. He's not playing Bond.
I've seen.
I know that. Yeah.
My man said, "Nah, dog, I'm Luther." Which that movie is getting ready to come out. The Luther movie is getting ready to drop.
Yeah.
In theaters, and then I think, it's like the 24th. It's in like 2 weeks.
Damn.
I've still never seen the show.
It's like next week.
As great as I hear that it is, I've still never seen the show.
Yeah, jump on it. And then March 10th, I think it comes to Netflix.
Oh, okay.
So it's gonna be in the theater, but then it comes to Netflix March 10th. So
okay,
you don't have to wait long to see it if you don't see it in the theater. But yeah, he's like doubling down on that. Jokes. Mario Brothers. Let's do it.
Oh, new Mario Brothers trailer. Didn't know that.
Yeah, quick one. It's just like a 30-second spot.
Okay.
Oh, really?
It's important.
I think I missed that one. Hold up.
You sure? Because I sent it to you.
Looks down to check his notes.
Let me look.
If it was only like a 30-second spot anyway, I'll be able to grab that real easy.
It's not. Yeah. They just, Let's make sure you grab the right one.
2 days ago. Here we go.
It'll be
on.
on.
First things first.
It'll be on the Illumination joint.
I gotta let an ad play.
Okay, that's cool.
Of course.
I don't do those anymore.
I'm not trying to give them money.
Hey, dog, you pay for YouTube TV. Shut up.
Yeah, they're packaging with my YouTube TV.
Shut up, dog.
We're the Mario Brothers, and plumbing's a game. We're not like the others who get all the fame. When your sink is in trouble, you could call us on the double. We're faster than the others, you'll be hooked on the brothers.
Thank you, Super Mario Bros. It seems like the only thing you haven't drained is my bank account. For super service, call or text Super Mario Bros. Plumbing today at 929-55-MARIO. Or reach us on the World Wide Web at smbplumbing.com.
I'm not gonna lie. That was fire. I'm not gonna lie.
It is fire because that joint, like the fact that they pulled in the old Mario rap.
The animated series or
it is the joint from the animated series. Hey Joe,
that was fire.
Go to that website real quick.
Oh, you better tell me that's a real website.
Oh, it's a real website.
Throwing the old school filter
and the phone number works.
Oh, that's dope.
Hold up. Let's go to the website.
You got it. Listen, the fact that they just had a Nintendo Direct and they didn't announce a Mario game of any sort, it gotta be a Mario game coming out this year. There's no way they do all this. There's no Mario.
I think
there's been no 3D Mario on the Switch at all.
That joke got testimonials on the site.
No, share the screen, buddy.
Oh, another violation.
Oh,
Hey,
hey, Straw Hats out here working. We out here working hard. Family owned and operated.
No,
fixing pipes is
our game.
Hey, dog, listen.
Reliable quality work, satisfaction guaranteed, locally trusted. I thought that was gonna be a Target logo on the side. I'm about to say, stop playing with me.
Yeah, that was crazy though.
Emergency service. Does that link work? No, I don't work. Somebody gave him a 1 star.
That's a spite.
No, there's no loyalty with Mario and Luigi.
Oh, that was their old boss. It looks like.
Some Mario Brothers used to work for me until they decided to break off and start their own business. They'll learn their lesson someday. That's dope.
Bussing.
Oh no, he can't spell. Yeah.
Oh, don't be mad at it.
Oh shoot, we can apply.
The ringer works. I'm not even gonna tell you what them joints sound like. I just highly recommend everybody go check that joint out.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, I like that.
The As Seen on TV joint.
And they're using, which is interesting, like they're using like the actual the game version of the logo. Like New Super Mario Brothers. So yeah, that definitely looks like this could be leading to like a game or something potentially. Fixing pipes is our game.
Our game. I'm just saying, like
I think we'll after we get Breath of the Wild 2, we'll be most likely getting an announcement or something about a new Mario game.
Yeah, I think they want to be out of the way of this joint, but it wouldn't surprise me if there's another like a direct that is more specifically about this, and they announce a game with it, at some point in there. Which again,
what's the release date for the movie again? I know it's not
April last week.
Yeah, I know it's not too far off. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's in April.
I do want to see this.
All right, I want to show y'all something.
Yeah, it is good. We're on multiple platforms.
I want to show y'all something before we talk about our Ant-Man predictions. Just real quick. Just listen to this real quick. Hold on, let me run it back.
I feel a violation.
You think a violation?
I don't know.
Good. You ready? Here we go.
Go for it.
Hopefully it plays. This these joints be acting.
Future rave sound. I'm getting lost in an underground. This is the future rave sound. I'm getting lost in an underground.
All right, so before we go any further, that's David Guetta. You know who David Guetta is?
Yeah.
Did you know who that was? Whose voice you just heard on that track he's playing?
Sound like Eminem.
All right.
Yeah.
Now keep watching.
Eminem, bro. There's something that I made as a joke, and it works so good. I could not believe it. I discovered those websites that are about AI. Basically, you can write lyrics in the style of any artist you like. So I typed, write a verse in the style of Eminem about future rave. And I went to another AI website that can recreate the voice. I put the text in that, and I played the record, and people went nuts.
Hey, dog. Listen, bro. Now I want you to know, he said, so he did it live, and he was like, obviously, I won't release this commercially. I'm not gonna whatever. The joint was so cool. You have any idea how dangerous that is, dog?
Extremely. Be able to recreate somebody's voice and make them just say whatever you want. Like that is it's impressive technology-wise. It's impressive, but it's very scary at the same time.
On top of being able to deep fake, and deep face is just getting better and better.
Yes.
Hey, dog. The idea of being able, again, think about this. James Earl Jones, like not doing a voice anymore, not whatever. Take his voice, type in, you know, what you want them to say, and just put them in a show. You know what I mean? Say you want a comedy written like the way Donald Glover writes comedy.
Yeah.
And now you have somebody that quote unquote is writing and like, yeah, passing off work that really isn't their work. You know what I mean? That it could be anything. Like it's crazy. And like, if you think about just how like, think about how crazy people went when Drake and Meek Mill were beefing because Meek Mill says he paid Drake for a Drake verse and somebody else ghost wrote Drake's verse.
Yeah.
What if Drake is just like, hey, dog, go on the AI joint and just ask it to do a joint like Drake and then put the voice and just send it to him?
Yeah.
Y'all
see and they, I've seen like TikToks about this stuff and people like going to AI joints, type in, make a beat that sounds like this, yada yada yada, and them joints be coming out fire. You know what I mean? Like this is like this is.
And you know what's crazy is that we've always, for almost as long as I can remember, we've talked about like AI and like robots rising up. You know what I mean? And like whatever. It's all of what Terminator is, right? But I don't think anybody that I can recall ever like wrote a story or did a thing where it was like, no, AI is just literally mimicking humans. Like if it learned to do that on its own, to just be like, you know, whoever you think is ringing your doorbell is who's ringing your doorbell. If they were like, if they did something and it just calls you and it's like, it sounds like somebody you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or whatever.
It's getting nuts. And it's getting like funny enough. I had saw it was a reel. A dude was trying to show folks how they could make like $1,000 real quick, like in 4 hours. And it was from a site that literally all they want you to do is like write up an article or something that's like 9,000 words. He literally went into an AI program, Wayne Tech, literally went into the program and said, type article on such and such topic.
Man, I hope y'all can still see everybody else.
I'm going to say probably not, but now they probably can.
Yeah. Oh man, that was
but literally he typed in, you know, I write an article about such and such topic, 9,000 words. And when I mean literally, the joke on screen started doing it, and then he fed it into another program that turned it then corrected it, but then turned it from text to audio, and so he could have both the written text and the audio, and then he could feed it in, and then he would get paid like $1,000 for creating this 9,000 word program or article, whatever.
Yeah,
and also have the voice to go behind it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I've seen people saying that like they're basically cheating on their exams or whatever in school and stuff like that when we're asking them for, you know, turning this 1,000 word whatever. Because I mean, honestly, stuff I use like Grammarly will not only find it, it'll correct it, and it'll correct for plagiarism. Like it'll just go in and change it, correct for plagiarism. You don't have to write any of it. It's crazy, dog. Like it's just we got some things we got to work out, man. I just the way that is could do what it's doing in music and already what they're doing with what's happening in movies and TV and stuff like that. Like,
yeah,
it's about to be crazy. All right, look, we're not going to dwell on this too long, but obviously Ant-Man's coming out this week. We need to make some predictions. We need to make some predictions. I have some very direct questions. If you're in the chat, if you're following along, if you haven't been kicked out, if you managed to get back in, hey y'all.
I see a number up here, so it looks like there's some folks still in here. So
okay, that's cool.
Okay,
cool. I'm with it. Ant-Man 4, Quantumania.
Yes.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania.
Yes.
Let's just go ahead and get the big question out of the way first. Does Scott Lang die in this movie? Sin.
Originally, I was going to say yes about this. I am a little pulled back
But
on it
not
now.
ever.
I'm thinking if not a death, he's trapped in there somewhere and can't get out.
You think he's going to get trapped in the quantum realm?
If not death, he's going to be removed somehow from his daughter and everything else by the end of this movie. If they don't kill him off, then he's just gone, and that gives her like her motivation, like going forward with, you know, our young Avengers predictions and all that, you know, type of stuff.
Okay. Fish for the win, Cuddy. Jokes.
Yeah.
Is Scott gonna survive?
Go
check the Instagram real quick and see what the people say. How did the voting come out?
Oh, let's look. I'm gonna tell you now.
When I looked at it, it was 50-50.
I think we may be still in the same place, but I'm gonna say this dude is going to die multiple times in this movie.
I like that. I like that.
Multiple times.
Well, there's a lot of
We're
here.
at 52% to 48%. The 52 say yes.
Okay.
But the question was, what was the question that you asked specifically?
Does Scott Lang survive Quantumania?
All right, so right now people are saying yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not sure. There was a period of time where I felt like, all right, we don't really need another Ant-Man movie at all.
Mm-hmm.
We just don't. We have multiple other people that can grow and change size. So even though there's 2 Avengers movies coming,
mm-hmm.
you don't have to have an Ant-Man joint. And for real, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't think I saw Ant-Man get into a 4, like getting this.
Yeah. No. It's Ant-Man.
I thought, you know what, he did what he needed. He gave us what we needed to fix stuff within game. I was like, okay, my man's to come in here. He didn't give us the quantum realm. We didn't fix stuff. Now we're back normal, and he's gonna go back and live like his normal life or whatever.
I mean, I think that's what he thinks in this movie. Like in the beginning of it, I think that's just where he is. Like, I did it. Yeah, I mean, I'm an Avenger, and even though like they not really around anymore.
Thanks, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is that one of the things that Kevin Feige said in that article was that this movie, this movie is the 31st movie, right? And Baskin Robbins has 31 flavors.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, Kevin Feige.
All right, Feige.
All right, Kevin Feige. Okay. You know what? I don't think he's gonna die. I mean, let me put it this way. I think he survives the movie. I don't think you're wrong, Jokes. I think he might die in some way during the movie.
Right.
I don't think he's like, I think he survives the end of it.
No.
However, I don't think everyone does. I think maybe Hank doesn't make it.
I agree with that. I agree with that, actually.
I actually don't think Janet makes it.
I thought about that too. That she would sacrifice herself in some way, like she already did once, to end up there, because she's the one who knows about Kang.
Yes. Yes, and she's obviously terrified to have to go
Deal
through
with
whatever
it.
it is again. Yeah. So she might sacrifice herself to get, you know, her granddaughter and all of them, you know what I'm saying, like out of there.
However, nobody else, well, I was gonna say nobody else really has beef with Darren Cross, Yellow Jacket. But I guess I'm wrong about that, because technically Hank does.
Yeah.
Because he stole the tech from Hank in the first movie and basically took him out of his job and then weaponized what he had. Then it backfires on him and he apparently ends up in the quantum realm and is MODOK now. So while Scott would have beef to some extent, because he did basically like hold his daughter hostage.
Right. But Hank has the real beef.
Meaning that Cassie might remember that and have some beef there too, though. I mean, he did hit Slim with a train. I mean, it's a toy train, but than a
big train, normal train.
Yeah, I could see that, Sin, that Janet is the one who doesn't survive. And there's a part of me that feels like Kang wants to kill her.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I can even see with hearing you break down about Cross and
Yellow Jacket,
his father. I can see, believe it or not, I can see both the parents dying, both the grandparents or whatever. I can see both of them not getting out of this after hearing you explain that. And yeah, it goes to what I was saying about his daughter kind of passing torch type of thing, just going through all those elements here to push her forward to become her hero. Become a hero.
Thinking about the daughter passing could be because obviously Kang can see forward, backwards, whichever way he really wants to look for it. Maybe he kind of sees that she's going to be like the linchpin to kind of be the savior of things. I don't know if she'll try to do like the Scotland, get in the quantum realm, figure out the whole entire thing, but maybe maybe something not necessarily on the grand scheme of the quantum realm, but maybe a piece of knowing about Kang's past to possibly put him down for the final count.
Here's the thing I think that has me the most interested in this movie. This movie has to be, it's the first movie of Phase 5, so it has to be major.
Yeah.
This movie has potential to be Infinity War. They have to lose. Like, we're going towards Kang, like the Kang War. He has to get out. Like he has, like Scott says in the trailer, I don't have to win. I just have to. You know what I mean? We just both have to lose. But Kang can't lose. He can't lose.
Right. I do agree. I think in this movie, they're going to show off how much of a threat that Kang is and why he's an Avenger level threat in this movie.
Facts.
Yes.
And I don't even think we'll see the tip of the iceberg. He'll give us that, like, listen, I'll snap my fingers and I can end everything in a heartbeat, not necessarily using Infinity Stones, but like I can do that type of damage.
Let me just show you a taste of what I can do, and it'll be devastating, whatever it is. Like y'all can't do y'all can't.
I don't know for 100%.
He can't see everything, but he's making promises.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he needs to be able to get out of the realm, and he hasn't been able to get out. So, specifically, whatever it is that he needs Ant-Man's help for is probably the same thing he needed or wanted Janet's help for. And she was unwilling to help him. So I think that's where that beef is going to come from.
And Cassie, whatever Cassie created or whatever to get them back there, that's what he needs to get out.
Or something along those lines, right? Because they, like, if they could just use it to get out, they would have just got out, right? So however they got stuck in there, they can't get out that simply. But he needs Hank to do it, and he clearly takes Cassie hostage in some manner in order to try to force his hand.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, dog, they have to lose. I just don't know how the ending of this can quote unquote be happy.
I'm in agreement with you. Like it'll have a little darker, somber kind of ending.
Maybe maybe it'll be like a false victory. Like he's really gonna make them feel like they won. Now, granted, this one I'm swinging for fences, but maybe Kang ends up taking over, like say maybe like Hank Pym's body. Maybe the issue is for whatever reason, this version of him, or at least his body wise, it's contained and it's a part of the quantum realm, and he can't get out as this form. So maybe he has to take on somebody else's form. Maybe that could be why Jane didn't want to give it, because she would have probably lost everything at that matter. I don't know. I'm just thinking, how can they get him out, make it seem like the good guys won, but then we just get that quick little twist to say that, oh, listen, y'all didn't win. I'm out.
I mean,
y'all don't have such and such here with you.
Maybe that's the end credit scene or something like that.
How far they go with the concept of like the actual Kang dynasty, like him going all the way back and being like one of the first pharaohs kind of thing. How far forward they're willing to go, whether or not he actually is Iron Lad, you know what I mean, in some manner in this joint, like, because there are so many iterations of him that exist in so many places. So what I think in some manner has to happen in this is that multiple versions of him he gets into multiple timelines. Somehow.
I can definitely agree with that, Cuddy.
Yeah, we gotta see more than one Kang.
Yeah.
Because we need to, right? Because at some point, either they do the Council of Kangs or whatever. I like He Who Remains talks about all the different Kangs, about them fighting each other and trying to. So I'm hoping / assuming in some manner we learn how this Kang ended up in the quantum realm to begin with. And I'm going to imagine that another Kang put him there, possibly He Who Remains, because as far as we know, He Who Remains created the TVA, and I believe created the TVA to keep Kang out, to keep Kangs in check.
Right.
Dog, this is sounding. Sin, this is sounding so much like Rick and Morty. Like Rick and Morty just ripped this whole thing off.
Believe it or not, you're not the first person I've heard online that's give that take.
Because I wasn't familiar with like the Council of Kangs until once Kang came up, I started going a little bit deep. I'm like, okay, we got the Council of Ricks. We have all the different Ricks in the Morty, so maybe he has like it. Literally sounds like it's a ripoff now.
Look at the quantum, like just the quantum realm. That is straight up like a Rick realm he's been to. You know what I mean? So I definitely see the correlations between the two shows when people talk about.
And I like it. And for those that like aren't familiar, obviously with the Marvel side of things, this would be something they would never pick at on there. But I'm like,
they might go see this joint and be like, they stole this from Rick and Morty.
Yeah,
no, sir.
And I'm gonna laugh at that. I'm gonna laugh.
Yeah. Hey, is Ghost in this movie?
That's a good question because when the Thunderbolt, she's still around. No,
not at all.
Yes, but maybe we don't see full getup type thing. I don't know whether it's a quick little kind of glance over type thing. I don't know if it'll be
like her body was like phasing in and out.
Maybe in a flashback type of scene or something like that at the most.
But the phasing thing could still play in with the quantum realm thing could still play a part of that. So they may mess something up and Ghost shows up because of some experiment gone wrong or something that they're testing out. I think it's a possibility with this being, let's say this is the final of the Ant-Man. Let's say we don't go back to the Ant-Man. I feel like some of those characters would get reintroduced potentially in some way in this movie, especially to set up for like Thunderbolts. So I would say yes. I would say yes.
Do we find out where the signal?
Marcus, you've missed the whole show.
Back, Marcus. I'm glad you're back up. Do we find out in this movie what or where the signal from Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings? Do we find out what that signal is from? If you remember the after credit set, after credit scene. Oh, that was just like, yeah. And after credit scene in Shang-Chi, when they're talking to them, they're like, there's like a beacon or something that's coming from the rings, and they can't figure out where it is. And Captain Marvel's like, it's not alien. Like, it's not, you know what I mean? It's not anything I've ever seen or heard of or whatever. So it appears to be something that's coming from the quantum realm.
I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
I think it is. And I think there are going to be a lot of those Easter eggs type of tiebacks to shows and movies that we're going to see. Like you said, we know TVA, so that goes back to Loki. Shang-Chi, Eternals, like we know that. So this is probably going to tie into it as well. Like I think they're going to be callbacks, a lot of callbacks going since this is the first one officially in this new phase. We're going to pull from those to get everybody excited for what's coming out through this phase. I think they'll be there.
And see, I'm the opposite. I'm going to say no. Like, even though this is the kickoff for everything within this phase, I don't think they're going to overload. I don't think they want to overload this movie with a bunch of them. Do I think there'll be some? Yes, but I don't think they'll go as deep as that Signal. I feel like that Signal is going to play out, but I feel like that's mid-phase.
Where do you think we find that out?
Shang-Chi. I'm trying to think of somebody else that potentially would have maybe the maybe the Marvels.
I'm about to say if not here, the Marvels. Yeah,
the Marvels would probably be the one to play into it, maybe a little bit more.
All right, so let me ask you this: when is the next time we see Shang-Chi? You think about the slate of films coming out?
Shoot, I need
to
we
not see him again until Avengers?
No, we'll see him before then.
Okay.
It's tough with us waiting to see this movie that's talking about the Marvels because the 10 Rings tie into all of that. So where I want to say
Iron Man from the first movie, 30 movies ago.
Yeah, so it's hard to say when he comes back up when we know we're getting both of these, the Marvels, and we're about to have Ant-Man, and they both tie into all that, and we know they're going to drop information. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm looking
some level of information in it.
What was the first movie of Phase 4? Shang-Chi?
That sounds right. Hold up.
Was it Spider-Man?
Spider-Man, but like
pulling it up now. Phase 4. Black Widow. But yeah, so technically, yes, Shang-Chi.
Okay.
So the first movie of the first phase was 10 Rings.
Mm-hmm.
The first movie of the second phase was also an Iron Man movie, was it not? I think it was Iron Man 3. What's the first movie of phase 2?
Phase 2. We have first one was Iron Man 3. Second of phase 2 was Dark World.
Ugh.
Dark World was the first movie of phase 2.
Second. Iron Man 3 was
second,
the first. Yeah.
That's what I said.
You were right.
Okay.
Yeah, you were right. Yeah.
So Iron Man 1 is the first movie of phase 1. 10 Rings. Iron Man 3 is the first movie of phase 2. 10 Rings. Shang-Chi is the first movie of phase 4. 10 Rings. So what was the first movie of phase 3? Because if the first movie of phase 5 also has something to do with the 10 Rings, we might be on to something. What's the first movie of phase 3? I feel like that might have been a Spider-Man joint.
Phase 3. First movie of phase 3 was Civil War.
I mean, that's
okay.
Almost Iron Man. Like at that point, almost everything is Iron Man. I mean, there's no reason at this point having those three joints lead these joints off that like the first movie doesn't have something to do with the 10 Rings. Like it so completely could.
I can see that.
It wouldn't surprise me at all, just based on that.
Mm-hmm.
They were just like, yeah. First joint, 10 Rings. Phase 3 started with Civil War. Boy, that was a hell of a way to start a phase.
I'm sorry. Like,
well, they knew where that phase was going to, so it was
Civil War is still my personal favorite out of all the MCU joints.
That joint is.
I love Civil War. I love that what they took, what everybody wanted, thinking it was gonna be, and still scaling it, making it still seem like this massive. The implications of that movie is what really.
They did an amazing job adapting Civil War into the MCU. They did an amazing job, and like we've said before, it was an Avengers movie but it still stayed grounded and felt like a Captain America movie at the same time.
Having Bucky end up being the one that killed Tony's parents, I was like, oh damn,
what? A Cap being stuck between that, like. Hey, Tony, my look, he wasn't in his right mind, bro. Yeah, I know you're upset. Like,
you knew this? Like, I'll never get, like, you knew this? Like,
hey, but for real, Tony, if you swing at my man, we're gonna have to jump you, and I don't want to do that.
I'm gonna do this on
my man Tony was like, Hey, you about to get all 10 of these rings. You about to get these 10 rings, dog. He was ready for him. It was real. There's still 10 rings. All right.
I think we won't see it until the Daredevil TV series. I think that's too far out.
You think you don't see Shang-Chi?
Anything about the 10 rings?
No, I think that's too far out. Does that don't even have a release window yet?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
I don't think so.
Yeah, we won't see him in Daredevil.
Yeah,
all right,
way before that.
Nah, let me not ask you first because you about to be super winded. Sin. What is the after credit scene?
I'm gonna lead into what Jokes was talking about, like a false win. Like maybe like it's one of them somber kind of wins. Like we suffered a loss, but maybe we've managed to hold him back for now or something like that. And it's Kane after credits like, yeah, these idiots did exactly what I needed. Thank you. All right, now let's get for real. I think it's gonna be something like that.
Jokes.
I think it's gonna be Skrulls. I think we're gonna get that final.
When the Secret Invasion drop?
Spring. I don't think. Okay. I think it's spring. I don't think it has an
official. They don't have a date.
Yeah, it's just spring. Yeah. Okay.
I think this is where we're gonna finally see somebody that is not who they say that they are. Is gonna come out, and whether it's because of the after of the events of the Kang thing, like, listen, I'm not such and such. We had a problem, and just go from there.
Hey, dog.
We're gonna find out who's in witness protection.
You said what?
So we're gonna find out who's in witness protection.
Is Scott Lang already dead? Is he a Skrull?
Oh.
That'd be a hell of a left field swing. Okay. No.
Or maybe it is maybe it's Hank or somebody. Maybe Hank Pym could potentially be the Skrull. Hey, listen, we didn't get the Hank Pym with the Ultron version and all that, so maybe this is how we make him an even bigger focal point. And then where did he end up disappearing, or where did he end up doing this swap out at? Scott locked up with Loki at the TVA.
Man, it's possible.
Hey, listen, TVA can have just about anything going on there right about now.
Like my man Owen Wilson coming back. I have a feeling that the after credit scene may seem like it doesn't have anything to do with Ant-Man. Like it might just be, like it could just be Council of Kangs. Like there's a part of me that feels like we just gonna see possible Kangs in different timelines. Because they already show in the trailer like all these different Scotts. And I'm like, all right, well, if there's all these different Scotts, they got to be pulling them from different timelines. So somebody has access to time, the timelines, like we've already used around to do time travel to go back and get the Infinity Gems. So I think it's highly possible that we just see Kangage, dog. Just Kangage.
Kangage. That may go on the shirt too. Kangage.
Kangage. Kangs. Yeah. All right. Well, I think I had enough for tonight. Let's go ready to wrap this up. Before we go, Jokes. You do your job while Jokes is doing his job. Want to make sure you guys are aware. Loading Snacks Movie Club, movie of the month, Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Lightning Thief. Our discussion for that movie is on the 27th, Monday the 27th. We will be live that evening in the club to discuss it. So by all means, get your watch on. Join us for that. Stop it, Ty. This is why we don't let you come early.
Y'all were on point together. Y'all were on the same
page. We actually agreed on something today. Yeah.
Don't.
There he goes, throwing all that progress out the window.
This weekend, The Finisher. There's going to be a live predictions show for the WWE Elimination Chamber. Jokes and Sin will both be there. Do we have any confirmation of anyone else joining us?
We have. So there will be 4 of us in total. So me, Sin, you guys know the homie Marcus, of course, but we'll also have the homie BP in tow with us, who will also be joining us for this round of predictions for Elimination Chamber.
Sounds good. Next Monday, look for our spoiler boys to go live about Ant-Man. So if you haven't seen it, you might want to avoid that because we gonna spoil it.
We gonna spoil it.
Oh yeah,
spoil it real good. And hey, listen, dog. We not going off. Listen, you can send him a message. We're not going off into a whole new discussion. I'm trying to end the show. Don't be trying to bring up new stuff, Cuddy, when I'm trying to end the show. Why y'all always do stuff like that? We trying to get out of here. I'm trying to let you go enjoy your Valentine's Day, man. For your wife to be yelling at us because what you
throwing it out there.
No, dog. Nobody's Ravenclaw, bruh. It's just you.
Slither gang.
Gryffindor.
Griffin Squad. By day, Slytherin by night.
I may not be acting like a true Gryffindor though. Once I unlock these untalkable
hey, no, stop having another conversation. On Monday,
you said we're trying to end the show.
The Boys is going live for Ant-Man. Jokes, did you already post the thing in the MCU chat for the spoiler section?
Nope, it's ready for. It's going to be there for tomorrow because tomorrow really is those super early screens. So I know folks going to be wanting to get in there and start talking for it.
All right. So
Jesus.
If you go and you see it and you want to be able to go somewhere where you can chat about it without ruining it for other people, MCU chat is the place to be. Hey, listen, there's no such thing as a simple question with this squad. Tim time out. Here we go. See what you did, Tony. See what you did? No, dog. Nobody's a Ravenclaw. Nah. Sin, you got a job to do.
Yes. So let's shout out our top tier patrons, starting with Anthony Cunningham, Marcus Houston, Susan Deutsch, Tyrone Carson, Meticulous Skin, Alex Lee, and let's welcome the homie Ellis who has joined. And thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Love y'all. Really appreciate y'all. Listen. I honestly and sincerely want to wish everybody a very, very happy Valentine's Day, whether you believe in it or not. Got a lot of that today. I don't believe in Valentine's Day. Oh, you just not in love. Save for next time. Or something. Yeah, so I wish everybody a really happy Valentine's Day. Please enjoy your time with your significant others or yourself. Self-love is also important. Ain't that right, Joe? You can take yourself to Hell's Kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I appreciate y'all hanging out with us this evening because, again, obviously, you could be celebrating Valentine's Day somewhere. So it really is a big deal to us. It's really important. I'm glad you guys did it. We're looking forward to hanging out with y'all next week. So, again, Spoiler Boys on Monday. Back for, yes. And...
I didn't want to, I just said, if I may.
Raise the hand for a class?
Yes, pretty much. Friday, just FYI, everybody out there. Also, I'm going to be uploading our Crunchyroll Anime 2023 predictions on Friday. We recorded that.
Well, it'll go live.
Yes. The Patreon members already have it.
Patreon, you can watch it already.
Yes. Everybody else has to wait till Friday. I'll upload the whole thing Friday, and we're really looking forward to what they think are our predictions and what are you all's predictions. I know Perp. I know you're an anime person, so I'm definitely looking to see what you think about. So
you've been there, Perp. Get some answers. Next Tuesday, we will have Jerry Gaylord on as our special guest. So I'm really looking forward to having him hang out with us and just kind of talking pop culture and Black history stuff and what he's currently doing now that he's away from Disney and is back at Nickelodeon.
Next thing.
So really looking to rap with him about that. Make sure you tune in next week to catch all that goodness. Please follow us across the board everywhere. Please like, share, support, subscribe, all of that jazz. It really does mean the world. We appreciate it more and more as you do it. Jokes.
Yes, sir.
You want to close the show?
Sure, why not? And remember, y'all, just because you have a well thought out plan doesn't make it a good idea.
With that, we are out. Toodles and Loos.
Loading snacks.